हेलो एवरीवन, स्वागत है आपका हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल में। आज हम आपके लिए फिर से एक नया वीडियो लेके आए हैं। तो वीडियो को स्टार्ट करने से पहले अगर आपने हमारा चैनल अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो चैनल को ज़रूर से ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन दबाना बिल्कुल मत भूलें, ताकि हम कोई भी वीडियो लाएँ उसका नोटिफिकेशन आपको तुरंत मिल जाए। वीडियो को अंत तक ज़रूर देखिएगा। अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो अच्छा लगता है तो एक लाइक और कमेंट ज़रूर करिएगा। तो चलिए वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। आज हम आपके लिए जो टॉपिक लेके आए हैं वो मार्केटिंग मैनेजमेंट का टॉपिक है और टॉपिक का नाम है कंज्यूमर मार्केट एंड इंडस्ट्रियल मार्केट। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं इंट्रोडक्शन से। द टर्म कंज्यूमर, एंड यूज़र, इंडिविजुअल बायर एंड इंडिविजुअल यूज़र refer to the same. A buyer who buys the product and service for end use. Ordinarily, the term market refer to a particular place where goods are purchased and sold. But in economics, market is used in a wide perspective. In economics, the term market does not mean a particular place but the whole area where the buyer and seller of a product are spread. So, specifically, the end user or end consumer market refer to that group of consumer who buy or purchase goods, service and ideas for their final and ultimate consumptions. Not for the reproduction by any means. Understanding their needs and wants and value and service expectation are the way to win the markets by product and service which a firm is offering. The consumer market is the market where product and service are purchased and consumed for personal satisfaction or use. The product and service are purchased for personal satisfaction or use. Indeed, the consumer should be king not only because of the direction of legislation but also because the consumer has the more money to spend and more time to spend it than ever before. So now let's talk about the characteristic or feature of consumer market. The characteristics common to the consumer market are: first one is largest number of buyer and seller. In consumer market, there are large number of buyer and seller. The result of this, the buyer don't have a monopoly in the market and buyer are free to choose and buy product after comparison with different buyer. Second one is wide variety of heterogeneous product. In a consumer market, there are a wide variety of product to choose from. So consumer have a wide range of choice to buy any product. Third one is a small size of each individual purchase. In industrial market, companies purchase product in bulk. But if we talk about the consumer market, the buyer purchases in a small quantity due to various constraints like money, place of shortage or simply need. Next one is wide geographic dispersion. In consumer market, both seller and buyer are dispersed. And the next one is channel of distributions. If the product is meant for industrial user, the channel of distribution will be a short one. This is because industrial user buy in large quantity and the producer can easily establish a direct contact with them. But channel of distribution in consumer market have a wide chain of distributions. Sixth one is communication media. Communication media in industrial market is different from consumer market. Communication media in consumer market are advertisement, sales promotion, personal selling, public relation, publicity, etc. And the last one is transactions terms. Transaction terms in consumer market is different from industrial market. Most of the purchases are in cash or credit via credit cards. So now let's talk about the customer and consumer concept. A consumer is the ultimate user of the product and services. The consumer may not have paid for the product or services. Consumer is a broad label for any individual or household that use goods or service generated within the economy. The concept of a consumer occur in different contexts, so that the usage and significance of the term may vary. A customer is the one who purchases and pays for a product or service. A customer, also known as client, buyer, or purchaser, is usually used to refer to a current or potential buyer or user of the product. User of the product of an individual or organization called the supplier, seller, or vendor. This is typically through purchasing or renting goods or services. However, in certain contexts, the customer also include by extension any entity that uses or experiences the service of another. A customer may also be the viewer of the product or service that is being sold despite deciding not to buy them. The general distinction between a customer and a client is that a customer purchases the product whereas a client purchases the services. So now let's talk about the differences between the customer and a consumer. A customer is the person who did use the product for itself or for selling purpose to other. If we talk about the consumer, a consumer is the person he or she uses the product for personal consumption. Under customer, customer may be a consumer. In consumer, consumer may not be the customers. Under customers, a customer is the one who purchases the product or say will be buyer. But in consumer, consumer will be the end user. In customer, the customer is the one who use a particular product of a particular brand. But if we talk about the consumer is the one who uses or experiences the product irrespective of the brand. A customer is the one who attain or buy a product but not necessarily uses it. But a consumer is the final person at the end who uses the goods or services. A customer is the one who purchases the goods or services, and the consumer who consumes or uses the product or service. Customer is the person who buys the product regularly on a regular basis, but the consumer is the person one who consumes the product, that is the final users. So now let's talk about the industrial market. The industrial market, also referred to as the producer, manufacturer, business, organizational market, etc., consists of all the individual or organizations who acquire goods or service that enter into the production of other product or service that are sold, rented, or supplied to other. The place where industrial buyer come into direct contact with the industrial seller is known as business market. According to the Philip Kotler, the industrial market consists of all the organizations that acquire goods and service that are sold, rented, or supplied to other. Let's talk about the characteristic or features of industrial market. There are several major ways in which organizational market and their buying behavior different from the consumer market and buying behavior. So if we talk on the basis of market structure and demand, there may be geographical concentration. Buyers are more concentrated than in consumer market. For example, approximately one half of 1.8 million firms engaged in manufacturing and services are found in 9 states. Second one is fewer large buyers. As compared to the consumer market, there is a few less number of buyers in the industrial market. Buyers are also concentrated by size in the organizational market. In the industrial market, there are few large buyers who account for most of the purchase. Next one is vertical or horizontal market. Organizational buyer market may be either vertical or horizontal. In a vertical market, the product or service will be sold to virtually all organizations in perhaps one or two industries. Horizontal market are those which are very broad, in which the product or service is sold to a wide spectrum of industries. Next one is derived demand. Organizational demand is derived from consumer demand. This means that the demand for industrial good will ultimately be derived from the demand for consumer good. Next one is inelastic demand. Total industry demand for industrial good is relatively unaffected by the change in price in short run compared to the price influence on demand in consumer market. If the total demand for industrial product remain unaffected by price change, the demand is said to be inelastic. The last one is fluctuating demand. Organizational demand is characteristic by much greater fluctuation than that of consumer market. Generally, organization buying in closely related to the economic cycle. When demand for consumer good is up, industrial goods are also up. An organizational buyer may build large inventories of raw material and component part and may add to their plant and factories, office equipment and other items. When the economy slows down or reverse, the manufacturer, wholesaler and retailer may use up existing inventories and postpone the purchase of supplies, equipment and so forth. So if we talk according to the buyer characteristic, then it may be characteristic as group involvement. Because product purchased by organizational buyer are often costly and complex, a group of individuals may be involved in the decision. People from engineering, production, finance, purchasing and even top management could participate in a large packaging machinery purchase decision. Next one is professional purchasing technical knowledge. Since industrial buying is a complex purchase decision, more specialized personnel with necessary technical expertise are involved in the purchase of such industrial goods and services. Professional buyers generally quite knowledgeable about the product or service being bought, and the purchase decision or may be directed by other technical competent individual to the appropriate purchase decision based on the group decisions. These buyers are known as purchasing agent in industrial, government and institutional organization. In resellers such as discount houses, these people are known as buyer and they are in charge of purchasing the line of merchandise to be resold. And the third one is rational motivation. Organizational buyers are often strongly directed by rational motivation. Such factors are generally economically based and can be translated into dollar and percent so that cost and benefit may be carefully weighed. So if we talk about on the basis of the decision process and buying pattern, the first characteristic is formality. Much organizational buyer behavior is typified by greater formality than that of final consumer. Often proposal, quotation, request and purchase contract are involved which lend to the formality. Consumer may sometimes obtain written prices and product quotes and specifications. But this is rare in contrast to normally precise and formal processes used among the organizational buyer, particularly in the large organization, which is generally have elaborate procedure and policies for purchasing. Next one is complexity. This is a prime cause of the formality necessary in purchasing. Because organizational buyer behavior is so much more complicated than consumer behavior, products and service are more technically complex and the financial risks are generally higher than those faced by the consumer. Lengthy negotiation. Much organizational buying requires more extensive negotiation over a long period of time than typically occur among final consumer. Some of the reasons for this situation are: first one is the size of the order is large and the purchase price is very important. Second one is a large number of people are involved in the decision. And the last one is the product is complex and specification must be carefully agreed to. Fourth point is multiple suppliers. Organizational buyers hesitate to limit their buying of an item to a single source because their supply could be jeopardized by the unforeseen circumstances such as strikes, fire, etc. Company policies therefore may not allow a single vendor to supply more than a certain percentage of the company's requirement. Instead, buyers source the same product from two or more suppliers in order to assure a steady supply of an item. The competition between vendor can also be a healthy lever for buyer to be used in obtaining attractive term and effective service from supplier. Next one is large order. The typical organization purchase is much larger than that made by final consumer. For example, an airline may purchase a fleet of 20 new jets from Boeing to be delivered over a 2-year period at a cost of $200 million. Reseller also purchase in large quantity, break into smaller lot and sell to the other organizational buyer or final consumer. Next one is infrequent purchase. Obviously, very large scale and costly items such as building and large computer will be only infrequently purchased by organization. But even a smaller, less expensive product may be bought on a contract basis, which is renewed only yearly. In addition, such items as office supplies may be bought only every 1 or 3 months. The organizational marketer must therefore be vigilant about selling opportunities because they may arise only infrequently. Next one is direct buying or purchasing. Although marketing directly from producer to final consumer is growing, such a pattern has long been quite common in the organizational market. Because of order size, product complexity and bulk, technical assistance prior to and after the sales and geographical proximity of customer, a direct relationship between producer and buyer has been widely adopted for many organizational purchasing situations. Next one is reciprocity. Reciprocity occurs when two organizations agree to purchase from each other and is found more frequently in industries where products are homogeneous with little price sensitivity. Chemical, paint, steel, rubber and paper industries have exhibited a history of reciprocity. Next one is importance of services. Organizational buyer more than final consumer requires service because it has a such direct bearing on their cost, sales and profit. Companies known for their exceptional service tend to be the ones who excel in their industries, and it is of particular importance to those firms who are unable to stand out otherwise in market with homogeneous product and prices. Buyer can effectively market it to up with an edge in such service areas as on time delivery, credit repair, market information and inventory maintenance. Next one is leasing. Industrial buyers sometimes prefer to go for equipment leasing instead of outright purchase. In this case, the lessee stand to gain with having more available capital, making use of seller latest product, provision for better servicing and also gaining some tax advantage. This is more visible in industries related to computer packaging equipments, delivery trucks and so on. So now let's talk about the classification of industrial market. Business to business customer can be placed into such categories as producer, reseller and organization. Grouping customer makes marketer more effective because they can develop similar strategy when dealing with customer who belong to the same category. So first one is producer. Producer purchase product for the production of other goods and services that they in turn sell to make a profit. Producer are customer for a vast number of products from raw material to good manufactured by other producer. Next one is reseller. Reseller buy finished good for the purpose of reselling, renting or leasing to other businesses. Although reseller do not actually produce goods, they do provide their customer with the time, place and possession utility. Under reseller there may be two types, wholesaler and retailer. Under wholesaler, wholesaler buy or handle merchandise and its subsequent resale to organizational users, retailer and other wholesaler. They do not sell significant volume to the final user but are involved when services are marketing to the organizational consumers. Next one is retailer. Retailer buy or handle goods and service for sale, resale to the final or ultimate consumer. They usually obtain goods and service from both manufacturer and wholesaler. Third one is organization. Under this, first one is government. Government consume goods and service in performing its duties and responsibilities. Government consume and buy a wide range of goods and service including food, military equipment, office buildings, subway cars, office supplies, clothing and vehicles. Some purchases involve standard product offered to traditional consumer. Others such as highway are specially made for a government customer. Although many big firms derive major percentage of their sale from government contract. Under organization, the second one is non-profit organization. Non-profit institutions act in a public interest or to foster a cause and do not seek financial profit. They buy goods and service in order to run their organization and also buy item for resale to generate additional revenue to offset cost. Not-for-profit institutions are organizations with charitable, educational, community and other public service goal, such as hospitals, churches, universities, museums and nursing homes. The institutional market also includes charitable and cause-related organizations such as Salvation Army and the Red Cross. So now let's talk about the consumer buying market versus industrial buying market. Difference between the consumer buying market and industrial buying market. Under consumer buying market, the purchases for individual or household consumption is done. In industrial, the purchase is made for some purpose other than personal consumption. In consumer buying, the purchase is usually made by ultimate user of the product. In industrial buying, the purchase is made by someone other than the user of the product. In the consumer buying, decision usually made by the individual. In industrial buying, the decision frequently made by the several peoples. In consumers buying, the purchase frequently made on impulse. In industrial buying, the purchase is made by after careful weighing of alternatives. In consumer buying, the individual purchaser often make quick decisions, and that is fast decisions. And in industrial buying, the purchasers are often engaged in lengthy decision process. In consumer buying, the purchase is usually made on brand recognition or personal recommendation with little or no product expertise. In industrial buying, the purchase made according to the precise technical specification based on the product expertise. In consumer buying, the purchase made based on emotional response to product or promotion. In industrial buying, the purchase made based on rational criteria. In the consumer buying, buyer usually engaged in limited term or one time only relationship with many different seller. But in industrial buying, interdependence between buyer and seller and long-term relationship is developed. In consumer buying, most purchase made at list price with cash or credit card. In industrial buying, purchases may involve competitive bidding, price negotiation and complex financial arrangement. In consumer buying, the purchases are of low risk and low cost. In industrial, it is of high risk and high cost. In consumer buying, the promotion emphasis on advertisement, and in industrial buying, the promotion emphasizes on the personal selling. So that's all what I have tell you about the consumer market and industrial market. So if you face any difficulty in any of the slides or if you have not understood anything, then please comment me in the comment box. I will try to resolve your issue. And if you like my video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.